Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, when the discussion about paying taxes emerged, I remember we went further to explain exactly what is happening and the politics around it. It was very clear that there was a section of law, I think section 7.3, which was touching on the matters to do with the land rate. And it was clear that in 2012 there was some amendment that was done, which seemingly it was still protecting the Kenyatta and the Moi family from paying those kind of taxes. The reality was that that law was put there in 1960s. So from 1960, I think 1964, which was protecting by then Kenyatta, and then Moi came in. Of course, it continued. So the amendment that was coming in 2012 was because of the introduction of the county governments. So the main aim there was to avoid the double taxing between the national government and the county government. That's why the amendment came. So when it came, the truth was that there was now a chance for members of parliament to either remove that section which was allowing the Kenyatta and the Moi family not to pay those land rates. So if indeed they did not want them to enjoy that privilege, they had a chance to scrap it in the law, but they never did it. So in the amendment, they were only targeting on just avoiding double taxing. So the truth is that the people with the disabilities were exempted from taxes. KDF, they're exempted from taxes. Anything they buy, there's nowhere they're being taxed. And then those families that we have mentioned. And I remember we were talking about here, even William Samoei Ruto, as a member of parliament, Eldoret North, he was voting and he was busy protecting the Moi family by that time. And now, as the noise continue, the only man who has come out to speak the truth and who seemingly he might have some intention to make these changes is one Senator Cherargei, the non-count senator. Forget about the noise from members of parliament and senators coming from Mount Kenya region who are making noise that Uhuru is not paying tax, you need to pay, they count those, that is just political noise. The only person who is coming out with some amendment which seemingly can force these families to pay taxes, Cherargei. But now, another thing that comes in is now posing another threat to William Samoei Ruto. Once you become the president, the only thing you'll be looking at is protecting your wealth, legacy, and life after presidency. That place of life after presidency, Ruto is also there. Once he retires, then, because he's a man who is also interested in real estate, mashamba kila mahali, and many other businesses, he would want that kind of immunity toward him. So you see, Kebaki never touched on this Moi or Kenyatta, and of course, even up to now, no one is touching on Kebaki, though it is silent. No one wants to say the truth. And again now, Uhuru here, no one will touch. So Ruto is coming. Again, he will need the same protection, such that no one will touch on his properties and he will be exempted from those taxes. But Cherargei is saying that we have to tax everyone, and that means even when Ruto will retire, he will face it. Even as of now, he's going to face it. This is what he posted. I have proposed an amendment of the section 7.3 of the Estate Duty Act Cap 483 that exempted former President Kenyatta and Moi include in the estate from paying taxes contrary to Article 2010 of the Constitution. Instead, the vulnerable should be exempted kulipa ushuru ni kujitegemea. That is Cherargei. So let us go into what is proposing here. He has written to the clerk of the Senate. Proposed amendment of Section 7.3 Estate Duty Act, revised edit 2012-1964, Cap 483. Number 1, proposed amendment that Section 7, subsection 3 of the Estate Duty Act be deleted. The following word: this section shall not apply to His Excellency Mzee Jomo Kenyatta or His Excellency Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. B. This section be replaced by inserting the following word: that this section shall not apply to the disabled, minorities, and the marginalized as proposed by the relevant laws. Signed, Honorable Senator Samson Cherargei, Nandi County. The truth is that when you talk about people with disability, the disabled, these people are already protected in the law. That section has protected them. For them, they are not taxed. For example, if they are buying maybe a vehicle or something from outside, they don't pay taxes. If you employ them, or either being employed by government, they don't pay as you earn. Wanapata mshahara yao full, as simple as that. We are connected with this final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, and back to this discussion. Now, you can see the only serious person here, as I have said from the beginning, is Cherargei. The man who was kicked away from Statehouse, he was kicked out. Hakuanga karibu na Ruto because they say he is a loose mouth person. He was leaking out some serious information, what we refer to as classified information, from Statehouse to other people. That's why he was sidelined. So he has come here with a proposal, and for me, this proposal, it is something that Kenyans can trust. At least someone want to do something. But all the noise we have heard here, it is all political. Some people do it unknowingly. For example, the senator huyu wa Kiambu, not Kiambu, Nyeri, the first time senator who has just finished 6 months in office, he make noise as if he understand, but he don't understand anything. So all those is political. Even including Kimani Ichung'wah, who was making noise yesterday about Uhuru responding to William Ruto and telling him, my friend, look here, you have to pay taxes. There's no way they will pay these taxes, not unless they introduce these changes. And once these changes will be put in place, from the day they will start operational, that's the time they will start taxing these families. That is where they will pick and start paying taxes. But hizo pesa zingine wanahesabu zote wakisema sijui 1.1 trillion or 4 trillion is hot air. No one will pay that because it was protected under the law. Ukienda kwa koti wanafuata sheria. Na sheria inasema tu hivyo hivyo. So for me, I see this also as a threat to William Samoei Ruto. Ruto is one man who wants his family to be protected under that kind of law. But he's only using this to play politics because seemingly it looks sweet, and again it makes him not to be seen more on his failures, because as of now, the price of unga is still high. The fertilizer was hot air. People are now in digging, wanalima mashamba, they're tilling the land. So wanataka mbolea ya bei ya chini. Hiyo mbolea haiko. Life is still expensive. We have people who are still sleeping hungry. There is a lot of insecurity in this country. All these things we put together, life has become unbearable for common mwananchi. So when Ruto focus on this other side, it means he want to move Kenyans on the matters that is touching on them to direct them into other issues that is just referred to as side shows. These are the side shows. It is that he don't want to be accountable to the failures of his government as of now. That's the truth of the matter. But indeed, the same William Samoei Ruto would want that law to protect him, so that when he will be in retirement, he might retire in 5 years or 10 years time, or even earlier than that. Anything can happen. But then he would want his family be protected the way Moi family and the Kenyatta family has been enjoying that protection. Because and even up to now, the truth is that there's allegation in public that even Ruto halipi ushuru. But then he would want some kind of protection when he's out of power, so that no one can backdate all those years he has not been paying, and then when it will be retirement, which will turn into billions and trillions of money. You don't want to go there. So this law, this amendment is good, but it might not see the light of the day. There are people who are going to frustrate it, and that will confirm to you that the truth is that even Ruto need that kind of immunity. Hataki kulipa ile ushuru. Ile mashamba amenunua, ukienda kila mahali, hata ukienda kule jangwani kule Marsabit or where, amenunua mpaka huko. He is everywhere, in every corner of this country ako na shamba. Na si peke yake, everyone, akina Mudavadi, akina kila mtu tu mwanasiasa yote ako hapo. So he need that protection, otherwise he'll be paying a lot of taxes in this country. So Senator Cherargei, you have good amendment you want to do. But again, another truth is that these people will not allow you. And even you know the truth. They need that protection going forward.